Good morning to all of you. I am Himanshu Srivastava. Today we'll study lesson number 3 of class 7 English, Gopal and the Hilsa fish. So let's start the chapter. Before you get into the reality of the story, you must know that Hilsa Hilsa is a popular fish found in rivers of India. It is mostly sold during monsoon season. In the story, the season is probably of monsoon. Okay, so the season is monsoon, that's why Hilsa fish is there all around. In the kingdom, everyone seems talking about the Hilsa fish. Everybody was talking about Hilsa fish. Fishermen catching no other fish in particular, but only focusing on Hilsa fish. Even in the market, fish merchants selling Hilsa in great gusto. They are offering even discounts and other hacks to lure customers. Means only Hilsa fish was being sold in the market. The height of popularity reaches inside the king's palace. The popularity of Hilsa fish reaches inside the palace. Even the ministers and courtiers found gossiping and discussing about what? Only, one and only Hilsa fish. It is like Hilsa fish seems to be an important topic over other state affairs. Means no any other topic were being talked in the court also, in the palace also. What was? They were only talking about Hilsa fish. Now there was so much stupidity all around. Means people had left other thing. They were not thinking about other affairs and they were only talking about Hilsa fish. This angers the king. He wants that it must be stopped. The king is shocked to find Gopal talking about the fish. Gopal is a courtier in the court and he was an intelligent person of the court. Even he was also talking about Hilsa fish. So the king finally challenges Gopal to bring Hilsa fish in the palace without getting hyped about it. Means on the way to the palace, no one should talk about Hilsa fish, and this way he has to bring Hilsa fish to the palace. As I said, Gopal was intelligent, clever, so he accepts the challenge. A few days later, Gopal gets half shaven and smears ash on his face and takes on torn and dirty clothes. Now he looks like a filthy beggar. His wife opposes him. His wife was opposing him to go out in that position, in that appearance outside the house, but he didn't listen his wife. He listened nothing and he went out. From the market, he buys a Hilsa fish and walks towards the palace. On the way to the palace, no one is interested in the fish carried by him. Means no one is paying attention towards the Hilsa fish that was in his hand. Everybody was talking about whom? Only they were only talking about Gopal and his appearance, disgusting appearance. At the palace gates, he is stopped by the guards. Gopal was stopped by the guards. They think he is some beggar. They think that Gopal is a beggar. But Gopal insisted the guards that he wanted to meet the king. Upon causing some commotion, the king allows the man to come in. Means what Gopal did when he understood that the guards will not allow him to go in, he started dancing and singing loudly. And when the king heard the loud sound, then he allowed the man to come in. In the palace, the king recognized him. In the palace, when the Gopal reached in the palace, the king recognized him. From his journey to fish market to the palace, no one bothers to see what he is carrying. Means no one talked about Hilsa fish. No one gives attention when a person looks like a rag picker or beggar. Thus, in a very cunning way, Gopal accomplishes the challenge. He wins the heart of the king. And finally, Gopal had won the challenge. He had completed the challenge and he won the heart of the king. Means with his cunning nature and intelligence, he completed the challenge given by the king. Now we should understand the character of Gopal. Gopal was a famous courtier in the palace of king. He was brave and bold, and when the time came, he did not shy away from taking the challenge. Rather, he went ahead, got into the form of a beggar, and brought the Hilsa face inside the palace without being raising a hype about it. Very intelligently he did so. He was a simple and down to earth person. Otherwise, people at courtier position do not go to such low levels just to impress their king. The challenge that Gopal took suggested that he could take up any form or resemblance to help the people of the kingdom. Because good values, Gopal is favorite of the king. Because of his values only, Gopal was favorite of the king. So this is the character, and now this is the summary of the story. Here some short questions are here. What season is referred in this story? The season for Hilsa fish is referred in this story. Here are some questions. What were the fishermen doing? What did the courtier ask the king? Who accepted the challenge? What did the king ask Gopal to do? What did Gopal's wife ask him? So these are some questions. What did Gopal answer to his wife? Where was Gopal going along with the Hilsa face? What did the child on the road say about Gopal to his mother? How did people on the road react about Gopal? What did the king's guards ask Gopal? What did Gopal begin to do near the palace? He started dancing and singing loudly. What did the king hear inside the palace? He heard the sound of Gopal. What did the king order to his guard? What did the courtiers say the moment Gopal was brought before the king? How did the courtiers react about Gopal? What did the king ask Gopal? What did Gopal answer to the king's question? How did the king remember the challenge he had thrown to Gopal? And the last one is, how did the king react on Gopal's success? So finally the king congratulated him and told him that he had achieved the impossible once again with his intelligence. So this is the story along with some questions. I hope this will help you out to understand the story. Thank you.